It's the LOS No O Low Show. Here we go. I am your favorite LOS, the last one standing, and this is the last one standing room only. You heard? So, I said I was sick of hearing about it. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I got to talk about it. Because it's been on my chest, man. I got to let it off. The smack heard around the world. Mr. Will Smith. Mr. Getting jiggy with it. Mr. Going back to Miami. Mr. Men in Black. Mr. Hancock. Mr. I Am Legend himself smacked Chris Rock. That happened. And all eyes were on them. Now, there was a lot of things wrong with that. Will Smith jumped out of pocket and used violence to resolve a situation. And all it did was add fuel to the fire. It made it even worse. But not only that, he smacked another black man on national television at a time when black people should be showing unity and pushing each other to do more, to do better, to grow. And then within that, a light-skinned black man smacked a dark-skinned black man. Y'all still following me? I'm sure I lost somebody back there, but it's all good. You'll catch up. So now, putting all that out there, let's get to the actual slapping of Chris Rock by Will Smith. Was it right? I'm not going to tell you whether it was wrong or right, because I don't know. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I might have smacked Chris Rock too. Who knows? I will say, wrong place, wrong time. He could have caught Chris Rock at a break and be like, hey, keep my wife's name out your mouth. I know it's just jokes, but you're getting a little personal. You know she suffers from alopecia, and that's a sore spot, pimping. So can we calm that down a little, reel it in a little bit? He could have done that. He could have waited till after the show was over. Caught him at the after party, pulled him aside after he had a couple of whiskeys in him. And be like, hey, Rock, I dig it. You a funny dude. I grew up watching you. But my wife, off limits to you from now on. Cool? He could have done that. But he didn't. He smacked him. Now, how do we resolve it? Well, the Academy wants to pull his award. Thank God Will Smith still is an intelligent brother, and he resigned so that he gets to keep his award. Celebrities are talking about how disgusted and how shocked and appalled they were that they let Will Smith get up and give his speech after receiving the award. Like, if you were that shocked and appalled, why you ain't get up and leave? If you were that shocked and appalled, why you ain't boo him? Oh, because you were trying to be a better person. Nah. That's called fraudulence. If that's the way you felt, then you should have opened your mouth and spoke up when he got on stage. The Academy said they tried to throw him out. You tried to throw him out? LAPD was on the scene. Why didn't they just escort him out? Oh, because you didn't want to make a bigger scene than he had already made smacking Chris Rock on stage? You were planning on dragging his name through the mud after it happened anyway, so why didn't you just do what you had to do then? Have LAPD escort him out and tell all these celebrities just bumping their gums now to shut the up. But you didn't do that. So now you got people coming out saying, oh, I've seen that dark side of Will Smith before. That smirk after he turned around. That smug look on his face after he smacked Chris Rock when he turned around. I've seen that look before. You've seen that look before. So why is the world just seeing that look now? Why you ain't blow his spot before this? Who did Will Smith piss off in the industry that they dragging him through the mud like this right now? Because to be totally honest, him smacking Chris Rock, it's not that important. The important happened after that and before that. The way Chris Rock composed himself is important. Because he could have showed his whole entire ass after Will Smith slapped him. But he didn't. He held it down. Now, how do they resolve that? How do they rectify that? How do we make everybody in this situation feel good? Will Smith will never feel good again about it. Because now he has to see himself do that over and over again. He let down more than just himself that night. More than just himself. Like, this is Mr. Parents Just Don't Understand. Mr. Write a rhyme without one curse. Although he did curse once in one song. Somebody out there say, nah, he didn't. It's in the title. I'll let you figure it out. You go ahead. Go check that out. Now, to me, I think Will and Chris should sit down and talk this shit out like real men. All the social media back and forth babbling, letting the news get involved and all these. It's ridiculous, man. The more middlemen, the more stepped on the product. Nobody wants that. Talk it out, chop it up. Maybe offer Chris Rock a cameo on Bad Boys 4. Yeah, oh, my bad. They stopped production on that, along with a bunch of other things Will Smith had in the pot. But I think they should let Bad Boys 4 happen. Give Chris Rock a cameo. And let him smack the shit out of Will in the movie. I'm just saying. It could work. Why keep a movie from everybody for one man's mistake? It was a big mistake, yes. But is it worth what everybody's doing to him now? Come on, man. It can't possibly be. Other men and women have done worse in that industry and been talked about less. Your success will always take a shot at you. When you on top, the only place to go is down. How far down you go depends on how hard a hit you take. In this case, how hard a hit you dish out. And Chris Rock got a hell of a jaw, man, because Will Smith's hand is about the size of his head. But I'm saying, if you think it was wrong for Will Smith to smack Chris Rock, that's your opinion. And of course, you're supposed to have that. But if you were in the venue and didn't voice your opinion in the venue when it happened, then shut the fuck up. Celebrities getting on talking about, oh, I would have called the cops. I would have woke up the next morning and slapped Will Smith with a $2.5 million lawsuit. That's a pretty exact number. Are you bankrupt, motherfucker? That's crazy. Is that rich people talk or just stupid mother talk? Like, what was the point of that? You sat, you watched the show. You stayed until the end. You probably went to the after party. You probably shook Will Smith's hand and hugged him and said, "Congratulations, you deserved that award." But you said that in his face, and then when they interviewed you later on, you kicked him in his back. The point. What is the point of that? What do you stand to gain from that? Will Smith is gonna do numbers regardless of y'all. He's been doing numbers regardless of y'all. The dude was in a movie where he was literally the only actor. Him and his son. And then he did I Am Legend, where it was him, a dog, a woman, and her son. Everything else was CGI. So tell me, who did Will Smith piss off in the industry for y'all to drag this brother's name through the mud like this? Are there other ways we can resolve this? Can it be resolved? Can it be forgotten? According to the world, it'll never be forgotten. It's the slap heard around the world. It's always and forever going to be on the internet. The cloud sees all. Has anybody talked to Will and actually asked Will, but like, Will, what was going on in your head when you got up and walked on stage and did what you did? That's some emotional shit. Did you see that man's face and the veins in his neck when he was screaming at Chris Rock after he smacked him? Like, that was real. Like, he was emotionally distraught in that moment. I'm not a psychologist. Nah, I'm not. But I just happen to be a good read of people's body language. And Will Smith is a man in distress. And y'all trying to bury him before he dead. His wife? Listen, man. When you married, you're going to have your problems. Y'all going to argue. Y'all going to disagree. Nothing is ever going to be 100. You might get to 98.956%, but it'll never be 100. Even when you lie to everybody on the planet and tell them it's 100. It'll never be. But as a wife or a husband, you're supposed to hold them down in public. When somebody's saying, "Nah, that's not how that works," look, then y'all married to the wrong people. If my wife or woman do some crazy in public, I'm riding with my wife or woman in public. And when we get home, be like, "Babe, you was dead wrong. You should have never did that." But I'm not going to crucify her in public and tell the whole world, "Oh, I ain't want you to do that. I ain't want her to do that. She should have never done that. That was just stupid. She crazy for that." What? No, man. That's not how that goes down. Through sickness and in health, thick and thin, for better or for worse. Those are the vows. Abide by the vows, man. You out of pocket if you disrespecting your significant other in public. You out of pocket if you taking the side of somebody else against your significant other. That's not how that works. It's a team. And when a team loses, they lose as a team. They don't lose as individuals. Like his whole family took a hit for that. And the crazy part is, the only one that really spoke up was his wife, who did not have his back on that issue at all. Now, I ain't important enough for nobody to come at me for me saying what I'm saying right now, so I ain't worried about it. And even if I was important enough, I still wouldn't be worried about it. Because I'm just trying to give you options. I'm reading between the lines. I'm not even talking about everything I saw. I'm talking about what could have happened, what could be, what should have happened, what didn't happen. So the slap heard around the world. I think it could all be resolved in Bad Boy 4, Chris Rock in a cameo. They can make him play the villain. And he gets to smack the shit out of Will Smith. That's what should happen. And y'all should stop dragging his name through the mud. Cut it out. It's not that serious. Is it? Depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as a man defending his wife, I could say it's not that serious. If you look at it as another black man smacking another black man on national television for the whole world to see, that's some serious shit. But since y'all not looking at it that way, y'all looking at it as a man defending his wife and smacking the shit out of a comedian, it's not that serious. Let me ask you this. If Jada had got up and walked on stage and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, would the world be talking about it? Would it be as serious? Would celebrities be appalled, shocked, and disgusted? Would they have escorted Jada out? There's always another side to these things, man. Flip it around and ask yourself all those questions. And if you could come up with the same answer, then good on you. But if you got to question your initial response when you think about it another way, then that's not the right response. I like Will Smith. I grew up listening to Will Smith. I grew up watching Will Smith movies. I still watch Will Smith movies. I watch Hitch almost every other week. And I heard Netflix was pulling the plug on some productions Will Smith had in the pot. And I started to wonder, maybe I should cancel my Netflix subscription. That word is hard to say, subscription. Oh, see, I got it right that time. Yeah, what he said. That's my man Chris Fields in the background right now. Song's titled Crown. All this music in the background is underground artists that I know personally. Some of them, well, not all of them. I don't know all of them personally. Like my man Main the Medicine, my man Ty Soul, my man East Lane Dante, my man Chris Fields. It's a bunch of other people on there. Suspect, Holla the Scholar, UG. It's a bunch on there. Excuse me. I'm gonna leave some links in the description below so everybody can check that out. I believe they're all on Spotify. Ty Soul's new album, Layers of Love. Main the Medicine's new album, Son of Alice. Chris Phantom Fields, new album on the way. I don't know if I was supposed to tell y'all that, but I did. Chris Phantom Fields, new album on the way. It's coming soon. Make sure y'all check that out. But man, I think I'm done. I don't want to talk no more. I'm going to go have me a drink. My man Biggie in the background. You see that. Rest in peace to one of the greats.